entertainment, giving you that sports and that news, what, and them reviews.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Cool coming to you from Big Cool Entertainment, and I am back with another Walking Dead video. In today's video, I will be talking about Dwight and Daryl, and if there's enough room for the both of them in the Walking Dead universe. As you all know, Dwight is from the comic books, and Daryl is not. He was a character created strictly for the show. He did an awesome job, as I've stated in many videos before. Norman Reedus did of auditioning for, I believe it was Merle that he auditioned for. Didn't get the role. Went to Michael Rooker, who was also a very talented actor, but he did so good in the audition process that Robert Kirkman and Scott Gimple decided to create Daryl, and you know, there we are with him. But is there enough room for both Daryl and Dwight to be in, you know, the Walking Dead universe? We all know that Daryl has a long history in the television series. He's been there since the beginning. Wasn't always beloved. He was hated. He was viewed early in the season as a racist, a guy who was an asshole, just to be an asshole, a jerk, selfish to himself. But as the show has evolved, so did he. He's become Rick's right-hand man. He's more of he can be a leader. He still has that independence about himself, as you've seen in the last few episodes. Twice as far in East. He's prolific with the bow and arrow. He's a great tracker. He's trustworthy. He's loyal, and he's everything you would want in a right hand man. I mean, I believe he's capable of being a leader if he really put his mind to it. And you have Dwight, who is a long time character in the comic books. Once he's introduced as part of the Saviors, Negan's group, he's betrayed Negan by having sex with somebody who was his wife before the zombie apocalypse, but where Negan made out a deal or demanded that if you're going to be a part of my group and, you know, going to get my protection, you'll have to give up your wives or girlfriends. And so there's Negan's, you know, wives now. And if you sleep with one of them, either you die or you get punished some type of way. And we all know his face was burnt for doing that. Also probably trying to escape. He's been, like I said, a long fixture in the comic book series. He's also prolific with the bow and arrow. He's a reluctant leader after Negan is captured and imprisoned by Rick and the survivors after the all-out war. So he takes over the Saviors, but he also becomes kind of a right-hand man to Rick, although they're still filling out each other. He's a leader in his own right. Like I said, he's prolific with the bow and arrow. And, you know, he's a great, tough character. But in the TV series, he has had the upper hand on Daryl so far. Last week's episode, I hope I'm not spoiling it for anybody, but if you haven't seen it by now, I'm sorry. He shot Daryl, it appeared to be maybe in the back of the head or shoulder, somewhere. Not the head, the shoulder, because blood splattered on the camera right at the end of the episode. He's taken Daryl's bow and arrow, his motorcycle. He's killed Denise with it. And he's just made Daryl mentally frustrated, angry, guilty, because he feels that if he didn't try to help Dwight and Honey and the other female early on in the season, none of this would have happened. If he would have just killed them right then and there, Denise would be alive. His bow and arrow would still been with him. Motorcycle wouldn't have been, you know, stolen. But Dwight showed his colors and took his stuff. Held him at gunpoint, took everything. And he's just been having that momentum ever since. And you could say that Daryl has reached his story arc ending, but there's things that you could put twist in. He's yet to be in a relationship with whether female or male. I tend to think that if he does become, it does, and is to be in a relationship, it could be with Jesus. It's just that a lot of people have speculated, about Daryl's sexuality, and we all know that Jesus, Paul Monroe in the comic books, but Paul Revere in the TV series is a homosexual male, and I just think that how I seen them interact could lead to them being a couple. Jesus saved them in the episode where they first encountered uh, Paul Revere, aka Jesus. And I just feel that could potentially be there to heighten Daryl to new levels to the Walking Dead fans who love him so much. But also Dwight, could he take his place? Could they switch roles? Honestly, in the TV show series, could Daryl revert back to his previous early days of the Walking Dead, become an asshole, semi-racist, selfish, independent, not really wanting to keep answering to Rick, and just do his own thing and become the leader of the Savers, and have Dwight take on the characteristics of Daryl and become trustworthy, Rick's right hand man, who he can call on to formulate plans when Rick is, you know, either injured or not feeling up to it, or just being that guy who's a strong co-leader, so to speak. It'll be very interesting because if not, I don't see how both of those two guys who are very similar can coexist. Both are prolific with the bow and arrow. Both are loner type guys who really don't want to be leaders. Both have tremendous skill individually in doing different things. Like I said, Daryl is a tremendous tracker, tremendous with the bow and arrow. I mean, he's a hunter. I mean, he's just a smart guy. Dwight is very smart and capable as well. Prolific with the bow and arrow, has his own mind, has his own ideas, and could they make it where both can coexist? And when I say that, I don't mean get along, but be enough storyline to give both of the guys the amount of deserved attention without messing it up. And that's the question and the answer we'll have to get from the writers. It's going to force them to come up with some great ways if Daryl doesn't die in the season finale or the season premiere. Because there's speculation and pretty much going to be a cliffhanger. So if Daryl makes it through the season finale and potentially the season premiere, season 7 premiere, then that's the question they're going to have to, answer to us fans to see if they're capable, which I know they are, of making it make sense to have both of the guys still alive. But those are just my thoughts on whether or not there's enough room for Dwight and Daryl in the Walking Dead universe. I think they could be if they tweak some things, maybe gave Daryl either his own relationship, maybe switched him to be the Savior's leader, or some kind of conflict or something to expand his character, because we've grown accustomed to him, and now it's time to, if you're going to keep him in there, take his story arc to another level. And the same with Dwight. What is going to be up with Dwight, the television version? Because we know the the writers, doesn't always go by each thing in the comic books. They do remix it and replace things, deaths and people and whatnot, as you've seen with Denise getting killed by Dwight instead of Abraham, who gets killed by Dwight in the comic book series. But those are just my thoughts. Leave comments in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, favorite the channel, share the channel. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.